award-winning Nigerian creative artist and filmmaker Ifan Michael is known for his work as a celebrity fashion stylist, but now he is one of the most influential filmmakers in Nollywood. He produced the debut film Latona, then ventured into his sophomore film, which also happens to be his directorial debut, Foreigner's God. His next project was with superstar Omotola Jolade Akin, Singing Sin. Ifan was one of the Nigerian's first filmmakers to be listed on Forbes 30 Under 30 Africa. He was also featured on GQ South Africa alongside Omotola Jalade and Toke Makinwa. Ifan has graced another GQ magazine's cover for the Young, Black and Gifted series. Live in the studio with us to discuss his new film, The Boy Who Never Falls, is Ifan Michael. Welcome to Arise.
Thank you so much.
Hi, Ifan. Nice to see you. I'm loving your look.
Thank you. It was done by Peter.
Oh, nice, yeah, nice. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing super.
So let's dive into it. So we want to know about your journey so far. We've been hearing a lot about you. You recently just previewed screened your movie at the British Council. So we're just going to chat a little about all of that. Right. So now, your journey. You started off as a celebrity stylist. I actually knew you as a stylist personally back in the days. Yeah. Then all of a sudden, you just became a huge film director and you went into filmmaking. How did that transition happen?
Okay, for me, I've always been like, I've always wanted to make films, right? And I'm very artistic in mind. So, but of course, like you get into that journey where you just keep finding yourself, right? And maybe at that point in time, maybe for you to be able to link up like with the people in line for you, you just have to delve into other genres, other areas, of course it's entertainment. Right. So there is no film without good costume design. There's no film without good makeup, good hair. So at the end of the day, it's all teamwork. So, finding your voice in all these departments is something to be grateful for, because when you see my work, it's a reflection of the art. So, yeah. Nice.
That's wonderful. Yeah. So let's talk about movies. Firstly, let's take a look at this upcoming film, Singing Sin, starring Omotola Jalade and Toke Makinwa, a period drama that depicts the lives of African women in the 1980s in Nigeria. Let's check this out.
What attracted me to this project? I would say Dara's empathy. She had been through a lot of pain in her own life and turned her pain into purpose and was a bridge for her friend when she needed.
I play a lecturer in this movie, and this character is very eccentric. I know what the director, Ifan Michaels, can do. And so when he brought the script for this one, particularly, I fell in love with the story. So I decided, this is the one, let's do it.
I've always wanted to tell a story that champions women and their true essence.
When Ifan first approached me to write the script for Singing Sin, I said yes.
It's a bit different because there's a lot of emotion, a lot of pain, and sisterhood.
The film has gone through a lot of drafts. We've been working on this for the past 3 years.
It's such an incredible story, filled with a lot of singing, music, family, ambition, and dreams.
There's going to be a whole lot of styling and direction, character-driven performances.
It's very lush, it's very old glam, but yet very dark.
What could be more exciting than a drama set in a fashionable era?
I hope we raise the bar, not only for Nollywood, but for filmmaking.
We're trying to create something that is fun, They also ask important questions.
I need you to watch out for Singing Sin, the movie. Watch out.
Wow, that was brilliant. That looks so interesting. I mean, Omotola and Toke in one movie. Beautiful. So how are you able to cast one of the biggest stars in Africa, Omotola Jalade Ekende?
Well, anybody that knows me and also knows Omotola, they will know that, of course, she's in as much as she's a legend, she's a powerhouse and somebody who also gives back to the resolute individuals.
That's
right?
Nice. That's very
lovely. Yeah, she's done a whole lot of charity works, a whole lot of cause whereby of course her major goals is just to give back, right?
Nice.
And we've been cool. She's someone who have a huge respect for my work, and I respect her as well, because she's away from who she is as a person, she believes in my work of art, and that alone means a lot to me for someone of her,
her caliber. I know,
yeah.
That's amazing. So now, great. You've had 2 covers now with GQ South Africa, one with Omotola Jalade Ekende and Toke Makinwa, and the other with African stars on the rise, like Hilda Bassi was even on it. How does that make you feel? That's pretty spectacular.
Well, to be honest with you, I'm not worried by that, to be honest, because I've always known that these things was going to happen, but I just never knew when, right?
Oh,
but nice. So for me, it's been dedication, just staying focused to your craft and believing that someday, there is light at the end of the tunnel. So for me, it's just been that, just staying put and staying focused on my craft.
Nice, brilliant. So now let's discuss your current film, The Boy Who Never Falls, which is a captivating autobiography directed and produced by yourself.
Right.
Now, you recently collaborated with the British Council for the exclusive screening.
And also Forbes as well.
How did you get the British Council to come on board with this?
Like I always say, your work is your faith, right? You put in so much belief in your work, knowing fully well that someday, something good is going to, come out of it, right? So I believe it's just all about telling your story, and those that will believe your story will believe your story, because no one is going to tell your story better than you. So it's just a thing of, for me, The Boy Who Never Falls is the labor of love, and it's just time that I wanted to just tell that story, because I might be inspiring one Emeka somewhere, one Ifan somewhere, one Chinedu somewhere. So yeah, it's just a thing of me being that voice for the resolute individual, and also representing the unrepresented.
Nice,
to be honest.
Nice, I like that.
Yeah.
Now, this new film, The Boy Who Never Falls, is based on a true story.
It's my story,
of your
actually.
Life. A 9-year-old boy from a broken home who broke free from his upbringing and ventured into the bustling city of Lagos State to pursue your dreams, obviously. Wow. However, on this journey, you met the good, the bad, and the very ugly. Tell us more about this.
Well, my journey, my journey is my journey, right? And like I said, no one will ever tell your story better than you. So it's a labor of love project for me, and it was just time that I tried to inspire whilst I'm alive, right? And there's no better time for you to share your story and inspire people, than when you're alive, at least being celebrated alive, right? So, people have been inspired through the story. I can't wait for it to be, for it to be publicly released. But so far, so good. It's high time people get to feel a story that is relatable to your day-to-day living. So I think that's also one of the reasons why I just wanted to tell the story and just inspire someone out there, just to give them like that voice of reasoning for them to know that they are not alone on this journey.
Brilliant. That's very inspiring, Ifan.
Thank
I will
you.
tell you this. In a recent interview with Forbes Africa magazine, you said you were sexually abused by a barber because you needed a place to stay and you did not want to be thrown out on the streets. This obviously makes reference in the movie as well, in the film, but you were still kicked out in the house at 1 a.m. And I mean, that is one of your traumatic experience, but you were brave enough to share it with us. How were you able to transcribe all those feelings into a film?
Well, one thing I always tell people, like when I think from both worlds, right? I think as a man, I think as a female, right? Because there are like different emotions that, you know, draw up from different sex, right? So when I create, I'm in a different mood because at that point in time, I just want to tell the story just as it is in my head. And even when you see The Boy Who Never Falls, you can tell that there was a whole lot of work that went into the pre-production, you know, down to the execution. So, and that's what I have always stand for, whereby when you see my work, you think as a girl how, you know, you can connect with the story, you can also connect with the look of the fame and all of that. And then as a man too as well, you can see the fame and then you're like, oh wow, I can actually go through this pain. I can also, like,
Yes.
you see it through the eyes of different, like, people, different world, different, you know, so
I feel it's very emotional, and it really hits a nerve with me, and I'm so glad you were able to share this story.
It's fine. And regarding the conversation of the barber, that was my, like, of course, it's part of my journey. Like I said, no one is going to tell your story better than you.
Okay.
One way or the other, we all have gone through, like, you know, we've gone through one stage or the other. We've gone through one pain or the other just in the cause of we telling our own story.
Exactly.
And that's why
it's all part of the journey.
Exactly. And that's why we are alive today to say, oh, you know what? I understand when things goes this way because we can connect, you know, we can connect to how the next person is feeling.
Yeah.
Right? So feeling is what you feel within you, and that's why it's called feeling. Right? So all these things have built my journey. All these things have also given me the voice to also inspire other boy child to make them believe that they can speak up for themselves.
That's very
right.
inspiring.
So yeah, it's just been a labor of love, to be honest. Because if I even tell you what, of course, it's also a self-funded project, right? So you can imagine, like, even seeing the body of work, you know, from the production to the post-production, and you can see how you can feel the project, right? So it's a whole lot went into making this film, and that's also one of the reasons why I'm super grateful for a whole lot of things coming my way. Like, you know, I just finished screening at the Forbes on the 30 Summit.
We're definitely going to get to that. Okay, well, that's one of my questions, because I was very inspired by that. I saw that on your page and I was like, what? Okay, Forbes on that 30. Okay, so, but like, based on your story, it definitely traumatized you, but how would you let people know how to deal with it, how to heal from situations like that, how you can move on? Obviously, you transcribed it into your film, but how else can you, like, let people know that it's okay to move on?
Well, time heals, that's the truth.
Yes.
Time heals, and
does.
most of us, we heal differently, to be honest, right? So, I can't tell you how to heal. That's the truth. I can't tell, like, no one can tell anybody how to heal, you know, and that's why time heals, right? Okay. So, for every of all your experience, how do you see this experience, right? How does this experience speak to you,
okay,
right? So, by like when you know all of this, I think it helps you to how you see life.
Nice.
how you bring people into your space, how you just want to like, you know, mind your space, how you still want to be there for everybody.
Of course.
You know, how you want to be there for everybody, but you still create boundaries, right? So all of all these things, yes, are very important. So all these things helps you to build yourself, build your space, build the quality people around you, and you know, yeah. So that way, it helps hugely in your, you know, therapy section and also in your healing.
Nice. Well, I hope you heal very well. Let's move on to more uplifting things now. You recently attended the Forbes Africa 30 Under 30 event at Botswana, and you recently screened your movie there. Let's take a look.
To the media wrap, to the ministry. Hi guys, my name is Ifan Michael from Nigeria. I'm a filmmaker and also a Forbes lister. So I'm super grateful today for the opportunity to be screening my film, The Boy Who Never Falls, which happens to be my autobiography here in Botswana, Africa at the Forbes Under 30 Summit. I'm feeling so fulfilled today because people were inspired by my story, my journey. Creatives all over from Africa, you know, and also all part of like the continent in one room. I'm being inspired by my story, my journey, you know, so this means the world to me. So I'm super excited for this. I'm excited for all the amazing partnerships, amazing people who have also bring this to reality, you know, to the Forbes team, to the media wrap, to the Ministry of Entrepreneurship, Botswana. Thank you guys so much for this great opportunity. So right now, guys, let's go in and have fun.
Wow, Ifan, your life is so inspiring. I love that. How was that experience for you quickly?
It was such a great experience, to be honest.
Nice.
Like, you know, being in the same room with greatness, you know, people of great impact.
Wow,
you know, all over the continent, Africa, and, you know, coming together to, you know, share your story with you and also, you know, take from your, you know, your story. That's
nice.
You know, I was totally fulfilled,
well,
to be honest.
Bravo from me and bravo from all of us here at Arise. Thank you for joining us for this quick chat. Now